Sherri Shepherd is joining us now. She is revealing how her diagnosis of diabetes forced her to reevaluate her food and exercise habits. Her new book, which is out, called Plan D, How to Lose Weight and Beat Diabetes, Even If You Don't Have It, is here sharing all kinds of tips and her personal experience with this. Sherri, so give us the parameters. How much in total did you lose weight-wise?
Wow, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes a couple weeks before I started The View. So when I came out screaming, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here, I was 197 pounds. I lost a total, I went down to 151, so now I'm about 163, 165 on a good Tuesday. So I think that's still like a 30-pound weight loss.
Yeah.
And it's been a journey.
Well, how long did it take you to lose that 30 pounds?
You know, I did it over the course. I went down to 150 over the course of a year. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything crazy. It was gradual. It was over the course of the year of really learning how to eat differently and learning how to like exercise and renovating my entire relationship with food and just looking at it differently and talking to myself, forgiving myself.
That's
when I did
so important to forgive yourself.
It is, and it was a lot of prayer too. Of getting, you know, because I don't know anybody who's ever said, you know what, my heart is broken. Give me broccoli and asparagus. Oh my God, that's just not the place you go. But I had to learn how to say, if I was going through something, I need to get me some broccoli. I need to eat vegetables to give me life. So and that's something I had to learn.
How has it? We're going to get into what you did, like we're going to look at some of the meal things and ideas that you have, but outside of that and changing that, how has diabetes affected your daily routine, your life?
Oh, I've had to change everything around. Literally, I come from a family. It was like the Diabetes Hall of Fame, my family. Everybody, grandmother, aunts, uncles, both my sisters have it. My mother passed away, unfortunately, at 41 from complications of diabetes. So my lifestyle was eat, pancakes, sausage, bacon, everything with
fried foods.
I knew how to fry a Twinkie, girl. My family is from down south. Eat it the regular way? No, fry it. That's our whole mantra in my family. No, fry it. And completely overhauling that. So that's what my daily life would be. A lot of carbs, a lot of pasta, a lot of cheeseburgers. And now it's completely different.
Have you helped your family? Because I know you have a son, you have cousins, aunts, uncles, and all. Have you helped them with your journey to try to change their mindset about food?
I have. Oh, that's my little baby,
little
Jeffrey.
boy.
You know, it's hard to beat anybody over the bat when, you know, because everybody gets their light bulb at a different time, that little, aha moment.
Sure.
So I try to show them fun things to do instead of, so, you know, with exercise, I say, let's all go to the park, because what I do with Jeffrey is we go to the park and we do side shuffles, and then we run back and forth. We bought a jump rope for $1. Try jumping rope for 60 seconds with a child and see if your heart doesn't feel like it's gonna fall on the floor.
Yeah.
So we do that kind of thing, and I like to make exercise fun. We walk the dogs, and so if I can try to show people how you can incorporate it into your life and not, you know, go out and go to the gym all the time.
Well, most people think in order to exercise, you need to do the treadmill for 30 minutes, but it's a simple thing, just like taking a walk or jumping rope.
Well, I say start off small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Little small changes, you wake up and it's big changes. And so you have to get 30 minutes of exercise a day. But if you can do 10 minutes here and 5 minutes there and 5 minutes here. So I would get on the treadmill and I would pretend like, you know, I was Beyonce about to do my concert. You know, I do the visuals, and that's what I would keep in my mind. But I'd only do 5 minutes. That was it. And then I would get off. And then the next week I try to add another 2 minutes. So do little things.
So let me back up to something. You said you wait for people to, as Cristina said, your family members, you wait for the light bulb to go off, but don't you feel like there is a race against time here? If that light bulb doesn't go soon enough for them, health could deteriorate. So how do you manage that anxiety for them and yet not push?
Well, that's why I wrote the book Plan D, because I think people tend to be in a state of fear when it comes to pre-diabetes and diabetes. And I felt like when I was eating the way I was, I felt like if I didn't talk about it, if I didn't acknowledge it, it would go away. But it won't. And we got to stop calling it the sugar. That's what we called it in my family, the sugar. So it takes the urgency out of it. And I wanted to let people know you can be empowered. Go to the doctor. find out what's going on, and then if you, for type 2, if you make little changes in your diet, adding exercise, you know, forgiving yourself, then you can keep your blood sugars level. If you're pre-diabetic, if you do these things, you don't have to come over here to the side that I'm on of being a diabetic. So there is an urgency, and I try to let people know that. Well, I wrote the book so that it's fun and it's an easy read, because I'm a fun person.
Yeah, you are.
You know.
But you knew you had a predisposition to diabetes. You knew that ahead of time, so you just denied it.
I denied it.
But you put yourself at risk. So you talked about an aha moment. What was that?
Oh my goodness. I just, like I said, I kept thinking, well, pre-diabetes just means I'm not diabetic, right? So I can eat everything that I want to eat. But even after they diagnosed me with diabetes, my blood sugar was almost 300. They gave me 3 different diabetic medications. That didn't even stop me from eating pancakes. But I got home and I'd eaten a big bowl of pasta, and I was so sleepy, and I got this vision of my son being in the dark, holding his teddy bear, crying because he was trying to figure out where heaven was, because that's where everyone said mommy was. And that was the thing that made me say, I snapped up and I said, I gotta change how I'm doing things, because I don't want my son walking down the aisle with his wife and there's a rose in honor of his mother. That made me say, I gotta do it differently. I got to, because I got somebody depending on me.
Right.
Wow. Oh, well, I have nowhere to go after that.
I know you work. No, let's talk about your work that you do on The View every single day. You have phenomenal women. First, I want to ask you, how hard is it to get a word in edgewise?
Well, you do. It is. It's like jumping double dutch. You like this. Oh shoot, I can't get in there. Oh my goodness. But you know, we do.
Nice balance.
If there's some airspace, I will take it. I'm like, you're not saying anything, Joy. But it is. It's 5 of us, and very strong, passionate women and opinionated women. So you do have to find that airspace and take it. But we have such a great respect for each other. I love each and every one of those women at that table.
You can tell. You can tell. It comes through
You
the
don't shy away from controversy, though, because you got a guest who comes on.
That Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was he the most controversial one you had on?
I think Bill O'Reilly is very controversial.
No.
Well, he came on one day and he made Whoopi and Joy a little bit mad, and they got up and walked off the set. Now, this I was like fairly new at the job, so I'm sitting there, and if you look at the YouTube versions, you'll see me saying slow motion, "Where are you going?" and then I whispered to Elizabeth, I was like, I don't think Whoopi and Joy are getting paid if they walk off the set. And so I'm sitting, but thank goodness Barbara Walters was there. She is grace under fire. She knows how to handle anything, because had she not been there, literally, I would have been like, when we come back, I'm teaching Bill O'Reilly how to Dougie. I mean, it's just like we would have been dancing. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? I've never had this happen. I don't know the etiquette when people walk off the set, but it was really funny because Bill O'Reilly was completely energized. He was like, wow, I'm going to sell some books. This is
Exactly.
So that, you know, we have those moments, and you learn how to get through it and keep pushing.
And so when we come back, I'm going to teach you how we're going to make. I'm going to teach you that too. But we're going to go into the kitchen, make peace, and then I want you to talk about what it is that you eat on a typical day.
Yeah.
Turn on some light bulbs.